What is this? What is this? What are you putting up?
These are positive memory, positive quotes of love for Eric Gardner.
Oh wow, that's awesome.
There's still more left if you would like to write one, or two, or three, or how many of them you want.
Yeah, I gotta take a side.
It's usually harder when we overthink it, right?
Unfeeling society that you were stolen from us.
I usually do set up like, all right, see y'all later. I'm gonna sit on the floor.
All of them in here?
You can't throw these around with this little vessel. Someone can get hit. That's it, yo. Yeah, you can talk. Erica Gardner, oldest daughter of Eric Gardner, the late Eric B. Gardner, from Brooklyn. He lived in Staten Island. He's not from Staten Island. Our family's from Brooklyn. East New York, Bed-Stuy, Waynesburg, from Brooklyn. My little daughter is here, Alyssa. She's 5 years old. She's the oldest granddaughter. And this is her first time being out here since the summer protest. So, this is the spring kickoff to bring in Eric Gardner, making sure Eric Gardner is not forgotten on Staten Island. We come here in solidarity and peace, hoping more people join us and to wake these people up on Staten Island because they sleeping. We in front of the Supreme Court for a reason. We want these transcripts to be released so we can know what went on in there. Because when I went in there, I seen bull. And I'm going to tell you I seen bull. I seen an officer in uniform in a courtroom sleeping in a chair. So if he's sleeping in a chair during any type of courtroom, and that gives me the feel of what went on in my father's case. People were sleeping because they obviously wasn't awakened to see everything like that, like the video, like the corrupted reports. Now to say something on the behalf of the guy who got severely injured, with the spinal, that was so horrible. Now that's the next big story. I'm tired of us black people being the next big story and nothing being done. It just gets me sick. And to hear him on camera saying, like screaming out in agony. You see him there, he being dragged like he's paralyzed. And then seven days later die. What's going on in this world where you can hear a man cry out in agony and not help him? What's going on in this world? It doesn't take away from from the females that was killed by police brutality. It doesn't take away of Trayvon Martin's before the Trayvon Martins. Come on. Our humanity as black people was being threatened. They coming after us. I don't know why. Some new slave stuff that's going on. But we here today to let them know that we're not being intimidated by their killings. We're going to be in these streets, protesting in the name of these fallen people. I've been traveling for the past 2 months. Not for vacation, not for just enjoying my time. I've been pushing for justice. Not justice just in the name of my father. This turned me into overnight activist, where I feel the need to go to different cities to let people know of the police brutality against black people. Because they saying it's not against black people, but it is. Because every time I turn on the TV, I see black people being dead or being brutalized for no reason at all. Now they want to say, oh, this video can give them evidence of the guy, you know, who just got killed or whatever. And that would provide enough information to give the guy, the police guy, murder charges. When you seen my father being killed July 17th on video, frame by frame, not edited, and y'all want to use that video, it's not justice for one, it's justice for all. So if y'all really going to make a change in this world and really start holding these cops accountable, hold every last one of them accountable from the beginning of time then. If y'all really want to start some changes, not just now, it's just being recognized now because people have cell phones. People are coming out with the truth. I encourage people to bring out their cell phones and record these corrupted police. Because how are we going to get the real story? They want to harass the people that's recording and doing their civil duties. It's doing their civil duties. Just because they feel like something might go down, I need to pull out my phone and record this video. They want to harass them. They want to bring up their criminal history. They want to badger order in the thing, and he's the one that got it out there. So I encourage people to keep on coming out and standing in solidarity with families and with each other. Enough is enough. And that's all I wanted to say.
I'm here in solidarity today with Erica Gardner and family, knowing that we're in this struggle, we're in this fight together. It's always emotional coming out to these rallies, coming out to speak, knowing that there's so many people that's going through the same struggles that we are, from Mexico to all over the world. This is a global epidemic that's happening to our loved ones. And enough is enough. Our voices must be heard. Our faces must be seen. And we all have to stand together in solidarity, in unity. Because in unity, there's strength, there's power. Our voices must be heard. The elected officials that we have placed in these corrupted places must listen to our voices, okay? All right, first of all, I want to give honor to God, who is the very existence of my life. He is the head of my life. And Frederick Douglass once said, where justice denied, where poverty is enforced, where ignorance prevails, and where any one class is made to feel that society is an organized conspiracy to oppress, rob, and degrade them, neither persons nor property will be safe. So that means, imagine, Frederick Douglass said this years ago, many, many years ago. We're still being oppressed, we're still being degraded, we're still living in poverty, and our government just don't care. Eric Garner was murdered senselessly under brutal conditions by the murderous hands of NYPD officer Daniel Pantaleo. Injustice against any black or brown lives is an injustice to all lives. 11 times Eric Garner said, "I can't breathe." 11 times his cries went unanswered. 11 times his voice was disregarded by those who swore to serve and protect. 11 times his voice was ignored by those who came to administer life-threatening emergencies. The injustice that has been prevalent against black and brown lives in urban communities must end. NYPD and the District Attorney Dan Donovan unjustified preconceived attitude and opinion of black and brown lives and their worth is unacceptable, and they must be held accountable not only for the murder of Eric Garner, but also for the manner in which the justice system continuously show a total disregard for human life, especially those of black and brown descent. We must continue to come together in this struggle for the right to breathe, the same as our counterparts who are not brown or black. 11 times Eric Garner is heard saying, "I can't breathe." 11 times his rights as a citizen was being violated. The necessities that's needed in our communities are healthcare centers, daycare centers, affordable housing for everyone, after school centers, senior citizen centers, not 1,000 more cops. Broken window must end, Bill Bratton must go.
Yes.
We do not need 1,000 more cops who will not be held accountable for their actions, protected by an organized, corrupted police department. 1,000 more cops cannot solve the disconnect between communities and police officers. Those elected by the people and for the people must listen to the people who have elected them into office. Gentrification of our communities must end. Why are we being displaced? Because of some wealthy individuals who doesn't know anything about us. Our communities are our character and culture. We do not need rich outsiders coming in to change who we are. We can't breathe. We do not need militarized policing of our neighborhoods. The amount of money that will be spent to hire more criminals should be spent to rebuild our communities. The whole darn system is suffocating us. We can't breathe. The Gurley family stands in solidarity with the Garner family in seeking justice in our struggles and fight not only for Eric Gardner or Akai Gurley, but for all black and brown lives that have been killed by the system that protects the murderers. The time is always right to do what is right, and that's by Martin Luther King. To all of our elected officials, when is the right time? Is the right time when your loved one is being murdered? Is the right time when your household is affected by a murder? The right time is now. Justice for one is justice for all. No justice, no peace. No racist police. What do we want?
Justice.
When do we want it?
Now.
What do we want?
Justice.
When do we want it?
Now.
If we don't get it,
Shut it down.
If we don't get it,
Shut it down.
If we don't get it,
Shut it down.
Thank you.
¿Sirve esta cosa? ¿Aló? ¿Aló? Ah, sí, ok.
Sí se puede, sí se puede. So, buenas tardes compañeros, muchas gracias por habernos dado la oportunidad de venir a hacer aquí la unidad con ustedes.
Good afternoon, sisters and brothers. We want to thank you for having us here today with you to stand in solidarity with your struggle.
Pues nos damos cuenta nosotros como comunidad mexicana que tenemos el mismo problema y también tenemos el mismo enemigo.
We understand as Mexican people that we have the same struggle and we also have the same enemy.
Pero algo tiene que quedar seguro y que tenemos que aprender. Tenemos que empezar a formar células para empezar a organizarnos y defendernos contra este sistema criminal, capitalista, neoliberal.
But something has to be very clear to us, and it's that we have to unite, that we have to continue to organize units so we can fight this racist, capitalist, sexist system.
Nosotros somos un grupo que se llama Ayotzinapa NY y estamos representando a los compañeros, a los padres de los 43 estudiantes que fueron secuestrados por el narcogobierno en México Guerrero.
We are here representing Ayotzinapa, New York, which is an organization that is supporting 43 students who are missing in Mexico who were killed. The government is saying that they've been killed, but we don't know that. We want to know the truth.
La lucha, la guerra ha comenzado. Desde aquí para adelante tenemos que seguir organizándonos y que nuestros egos, nuestras diferencias se empiecen a limar, a disminuir para que sigamos trabajando juntos, porque todos tenemos el mismo color de sangre.
This struggle, this war has begun, and we have to continue to keep organizing together because beyond all of our differences, the color of our blood is the same.
All power to the people.
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 Power is the only way we're going to get this done, brothers and sisters. My name is Brother Shep. I am the Minister for Community Affairs for the Universal Zulu Nation worldwide. I'm also an original member of the Black Panther Party.
All right. Being in the struggle so long.
It's great to be out here. Been asked to come out here for a number of times by my sister here. Well, I'm here. Okay, here on the island, and we're going to bring more people out here in the future. We'll make sure we get the word spread throughout Staten Island. Solutions. I got a quick one for everybody that's here with one question. How many people here registered to vote? All right, that's where it starts at. We're not talking about some stupid politician that's running for office. We're talking about voting for community control. Community control of the police in your neighborhoods. Individually, what can be done is we put a referendum on the ballot box on election day. In that referendum, what you're asking for is decentralization of the NYPD, community control of the precinct that they live in, that they work in, and most important, mandatory residency. That means every single cop that's on patrol in your neighborhood has to live in your neighborhood. Without exception. We can no longer allow them to be coming from Long Island, Staten Island, Yonkers, New Jersey, and everywhere else, and coming into our neighborhoods and occupying them like an army of conquest. This has to end. And we can do this in a peaceful manner by doing it at the election box. Yeah, there's other methods for revolution, but we're not talking about that right now. We talk about how we can do it peacefully. The way it works is this, brothers and sisters. When you decentralize the NYPD, you destroy their entire hierarchy and their structure. There's no more need for a commissioner. There's no more need for the brass. All those people running around with their little, insignias and stuff, they don't exist anymore. Because the police, the precincts are controlled by you in your community. You elect the captain in your precinct, just like you elect everybody else in office. Every single cop in that precinct is under the supervision of a board in your community. So if they don't do what they're supposed to do, they get fired. They don't get transferred somewhere else. You get rid of them. All right? There won't be no more shooting out children in the back because you know who these kids are. You're not running around scared to death like this. You can say, Mike, what are you doing in that car? Get away from the car. I'm coming to your house tonight and I'm talking to your mom and your dad. Because you know who Mike is. You're not afraid of Mike. Mike knows who you are. And vice versa. So we gotta have mandatory residency. Financially it works because when they get paid, the money goes back into the community. It circulates. They go shopping in the same stores. Of course their children go to the same schools. They're not taking the money out of the community. So this is what we want to do. We're going to launch this campaign starting in May. We're probably realistically not going to get it on the box this November, but we're going to definitely make sure it's done. We got to stay in the streets, brothers and sisters. We got to stay in the streets, spread the word out, get this done, and we can do this.
Indict, convict,
Send those killing cops to jail. The whole damn system is guilty as hell.
indict, convict, send those killer cops to jail. The whole damn system is guilty as hell. It is not okay.
It is not a joke.
It is not okay.
It is not a joke.
They think it's a game.
They think it's a joke.
They think it's a game.
They think it's a joke.
They think it's a game.
They think it's a joke.
It is not okay.
liberation.
For brown liberation.
For women's liberation.
For women's liberation.
For workers' liberation.
For workers'